Guess who's back to doing YouTube videos? Yes, I'm back. Hey guys, welcome to Life and Living. I'm Lissetti. So today is a beautiful Saturday, and I woke up today and I was like, I feel like doing a YouTube video. I regret deleting all of my videos that I had on my YouTube. I was actually not supposed to do that, you know because a lot of people that are close to me were telling me how they enjoyed watching my videos, my vlogs, and everything. And I'm like, I actually shouldn't have deleted those videos because now I need to start over. But I don't look at it as a setback. I'm just like, it's fine, can start over. New content, new everything, new things to talk about. So, yeah. So, today's video is a life update. And then I'm also going to talk about the difference between interior design and architecture and why I chose interior design. All right, first things first, let's start with the life update. Out of 10 right now, my life is a 6 out of 10, guys. I won't even lie. I'm at a stage where I'm experiencing a lot of growing up, being an adult. This was basically my first year out of school, working, you know, being a fully grown adult, having responsibilities, you know, and not being under my parents anymore or my family anymore. Controlling, trying to control. Okay, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the right word, but like just make sense of my finances, you know. But and then also, yeah, I did mention working. And also just finding solutions to a lot of problems that I've been dealing with lately. Oh, guys, it's actually not easy. Hey, being an adult is just not it's not easy. You know, when we were younger, we always used to think that, oh, being an adult is so nice. You have a lot of freedom. You can do anything you want. Yes, you can definitely do anything you want, but stability, guys. Having stability is the most important thing. I mean, us girls, we look at the type of men that we want to date and we always say we want stability, but do we have stability? But I won't talk about that a lot because I think I'm gonna give myself time because I'm fresh out of varsity and I'm still navigating through life. So yeah, so it's been me, a bit of challenges here and there, moving into a new apartment, moving places, different locations, not having a car for the past 4 months. Oh guys, that was really, really challenging, because I've always had a car ever since I finished high school. And now I've always had a car, but never I was staying at home. And then now I had an apartment but didn't have a car. But now I have both. 4 months was hectic not having a car for 4 months, guys. Having to borrow people's cars, Ubering the whole time. That was not easy, but thank God my car is back and I'm so happy about it. So yeah, that's what's been happening with my life. What else has been happening? Also, I'm back on YouTube, more videos, more content, more talking about interior design, vlogs. Yeah, I'm just gonna be doing all of that lifestyle content, travel vlogs. If I'm gonna be going anywhere anytime soon, because I haven't been on vacation since August. And what is it now? November. At least every after 2 months, military vacation, guys. Even if it's not like a big vacation, like just somewhere, you know, somewhere, you know. So yeah. So now we are gonna talk about um, the difference between interior design and architecture and why I chose interior design. So, we are going to get into what we are going to be talking about today, which is the difference between interior designers and architects, as well as the difference between interior designers and interior decorators. So, this is what I know, and I'm just going to be sharing with people who are interested in doing interior design or studying architecture or studying interior decor. People who started a new project and they're working with an architect or an interior designer. you know so this is just some information that I'm sharing since I'm also part of the industry. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that while having this nice glass of wine. So this wine, a friend of mine brought it when they came over to see my place. Um, Frieda and Lust. Okay, let's see it. Frieda and Lust. Um, I'm a lover of white wine. I enjoy white wine, you know. The only wines that I enjoy is white wine, yeah. And I've been saying the same thing so many times. White wine, a bit of red wine. It depends what type of red wine, but not like the bitter ones. Like the ones that are too bitter, it has to have a bit of sweetness. I definitely don't like rosé, you know. But anyways, this is just me telling you guys. A friend of mine brought me some wine, when they came over. Niboletha ama-present maniza ezindlini zabantu yazi. Yabona ukuthi I have good friends, guys. Don't just come empty-handed when you go to a person's house. Come with some flowers or some wine. But anyways, I think I'm off topic now. So, all right, guys, let's get into it. Let's discuss what interior designers do, what architects do, and what interior decorators do. I won't really touch on interior decorators that much, but I'll just go in bits and pieces. So, architects design and plan buildings. They are very much involved in the construction part of building. They also work with construction professionals such as engineers, civil engineers, to meet a client's needs. The scale of their projects are very big. They work on really, really big projects, and their teams are usually bigger, because like I mentioned, they work with civil engineers. So sometimes what they have designed needs a lot of suppliers, a lot of construction professionals, construction suppliers, so that they're able to put the project together. Yes. So I also wrote down a few things, because I wouldn't say I did some research, but I just before I did this video, I just wrote down what I was going to say. You know, don't just wing things. You need to know what you're gonna say. You know, so also another thing is, yes, interior designers and architects, we're not the same, but we work together. So sometimes you may find that architects are doing like home renovations, you know, or interior renovations. So they don't only just do like build a design a building and be in the construction phase, the exterior parts only. No, they sometimes also do interior projects, you know, because in this field, guys, every project is very unique, you know, every project is very different. So it's not always the same thing, you know, because every project is different, every client is different, you know. So um also I'm gonna talk about how interior designers and architects work together, you know. So usually, okay, I'm an interior designer and I work mostly with residential projects. So let's say, for example, we are working on a residential project, you know. This is how an architect and an interior designer would work together, you know. So the architect is the person that is gonna draw the house, you know, do a floor plan, do a 3D views of the house, the exterior, you know, do a bit of space planning as well, arranging the house, all of that, you know. It's just the architect is basically going to be part of the construction phase of the house. That's what they are involved in, the structure of the house. That's what they are involved in, you know. And then the interior designer is gonna design the space within the house. Let's say the lounge, the kitchen, the dining area, the bedrooms, and so forth, you know. But when architects are drafting a floor plan, you know, interior designers usually have an input, you know, on where, let's say, for example, where should the lounge be closer to the kitchen, you know, what works best for that client and for their family and their living arrangement and so forth. So the interior designer is probably going to be working with the architect in terms of space planning, you know, and advising what would be best for the client, you know. And also there's usually like a concept. We usually have like a concept when we start projects, you know. It depends on what type of a project it is. We usually have a concept of what inspired this project, you know. And whenever we are feeling stuck, whenever we're just having a creative block, we usually go back to the concept, which is the plan of the project. What was the end goal with this project, you know? So yeah, so I wouldn't, when it comes to designing the exterior of a home and the interior, architects and interior designers usually help one another so that there's progress and the goal for the clients is met, you know. The client's needs are met, you know. So what I have realized about working with architects on a project is that architects are really creative, guys. They are so creative, you know. They even give us new ideas. You are definitely going to be blown away with the work that architects do, you know. The type of planning they do, the structures that they design, because with us it's just you just design maybe a kitchen or a lounge, whereas they design um the exterior, and we don't really get to do that, but we know how to do that. But we usually get to do the interior of a house, so you're usually like blown away. And it's like, okay, you put together the exterior, I put together the interior, and it just becomes magical, you know so my experience with working with architects, I always try my best to learn more with them, because they have this whole team that they work with that puts together the structure of the building. So you really take away a lot when working with architects. But also they sometimes like um, designing the interior of a house, because sometimes they do have um, a lack of space planning, I would say. Yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, they do, you know. But I really admire how they have such, they open, they get their ideas from external sources, you know. They are very creative. So yeah. And interior designers, on the other hand, um, yeah, we learn a lot from architects, you know. So there's also such a huge difference with the type of projects that interior designers do and the type of projects that architects do, you know. So from school, we actually learn the same programs, but we apply it differently, because we don't do the same things. So there's certain things that they need to learn, and there's certain things that we need to learn, but they are more similar. Most of the stuff that we architects and interior designers learn are usually similar, you know. So the main disadvantage, okay, the disadvantages and advantages of being an architect is that that's also another reason why I didn't want to become an architect, was because the scale of the projects are really huge sometimes, you know they are really huge. There's a lot to consider when they do projects, the scale of their projects are usually larger, you know the planning takes time, you know and usually, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but um their projects, they just sometimes they do their projects and sometimes it doesn't happen. I think that's the sad part about it, you know. And whereas us, um, we're able to actually do a project and you actually see it coming alive, you know. So I think that's another reason why I chose interior design, And it's also easier to start your own business when you are an interior designer than an architect. Most of the time when you're an architect, you have to like work for like a company, because there's a lot of rules and regulations for you to do or get. And yeah, a lot of, you need to get a license, etc, etc. There's too many rules, before you can officially start your own business as an architect, Whereas interior designers, there aren't too many rules, and I like how you can do a lot of things with interior design, you know. Um, you can easily start your business. It's not that difficult. You don't need, there's not too many rules, you know. Rules and regulations for you to start your own business. You don't need any type of license, but you do need to go to school. Yeah, you don't need any type of license. You don't need to be approved for this and that and that and that and that. You know, and I like how interior design projects, they don't take time. They usually take about 2 to 3 months, depending on how big the project is. You know, so you're able to like move on and do another project, move on and do another project. Whereas architects, you'll do a project for years, guys. Okay, you'll do it for years unless there's like a proper budget and the client is paying, you know, then that makes it a bit easier, but there's just too many things with architecture, so I think that's why I went more into the interior design side and not architecture, you know and because of my personality as well, I've always just been this design girl. With fashion design is my thing. Yeah, I've always just been a person that let's just say I've never really liked the construction part of things, and yeah, let's just leave it at that. Because architects deal with a lot of construction, guys. It's a lot of construction, and also interior designers do have they also do deal with a lot of construction, but it's not as much as with architects, because they start with the foundation. They need to know the building standards, the walls, the roof. They need to know a lot of things, whereas with us interior designers, we just do a bit of space planning, arrange stuff in the house, change a few things, break down a few walls as well, do a bit of construction here and there, a bit of being involved with an electrician, a bit of being involved with plumbing, those things, you know. So yeah, and then we're gonna move right along to interior decorators, guys. So interior decorators don't work with architects. No, that's interior decorators usually are part of a project in the last stages when the furniture has been done, but you do get interior decorators that are usually part of a project when it's starting as well. But interior decorators just do the minimal things, it's just really the small things, whereas as interior designers, we still work with the construction professionals, like how architects also work with the uh, um, construction professionals, but it's not at a larger scale as architects, because they have a lot to handle. They really have a lot to handle. So if you're looking into doing being a part of the design industry, whether being an architect or an interior designer, I wouldn't really recommend anyone to study interior decorating. I feel like that is for people who have had, maybe, let's just say, you changing a career, and you've seen that, oh, actually I'm so in touch with my creative side. Then you can do like a decorative course, interior decor course. Then yeah. But I wouldn't, if you're like fresh out of high school, I wouldn't recommend that you do an interior decorating course. Just really go for interior design, and then after 3 years, maybe you can go into interior architecture, or just go and do architecture, and that means more work, but more money also, but this type of work needs you to be really in love with what you do, you know give yourself some time to understand. It is a bit tricky when you start, it's not easy. People look at it as we just place cushions and that's it. But it's really not easy when you start with design. There's a lot to learn, guys. And when I started, I thought that, oh, I knew, because I was working for an interior design company as a design assistant. I thought that, oh, I'm just gonna wing it. I got the shock of my life, guys. There was so much to learn, you know. So, yeah, interior designers also have quite a lot of work to do on a day-to-day basis, you know. It's not easy thinking about how a space is going to be functional for someone, and a client's telling you that they don't like this, they want that, and you're also thinking about if it's going to be possible, and you need to make it possible for them because they're going to be paying you, you know. So, yeah, personally, I'm actually happy that I did not choose architecture. I've given you guys the disadvantages of why I mainly because it's hard to start your business, start a business when you're an architect. That's what I've seen, you know. You need to have quite a lot of experience, But I've talked about why I didn't choose architecture, and with design, you know what I like about design? There's always something new, guys. There's always something. Nothing is ever wrong with design. There's always something new. You can try something as long as it is functional, as long as it makes sense, then you can really, really try anything that you want to do, you know. It doesn't limit you, basically. That's one thing that I love about design, so those were a few things that I have to say about the difference between architecture, interior design, interior decorators, of which I did not touch on a lot, but those were the few things that I was talking about when it comes to design. All right, guys, thanks for watching. This was very nice. I'm looking forward to doing more videos about design. Also, I'm not like expert. I don't know everything. This is just me talking about what I think the difference is and how architects work, how interior designers work, and yeah. I wonder what I'm gonna be talking about on my next video. But I'm just so excited to be back on YouTube, So yeah, don't forget to like this video. You can comment. You can also subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe, guys, to my channel. Anyways, let's go and enjoy this Saturday. Only just a few hours left until it's a Monday again and we are back at it, fixing people's problems, finding design solutions every single day, So, yeah, thanks for watching.